Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Play Guild Wars 2. Made a couple of changes here, so we're gonna, I think, play with the interface off a little bit more. The default bind for turning your interface off, by the way, like that, is left control, right shift and H, which like proper spread your fingers out. That was what was default in Guild Wars 1, but you can actually rebind it for Guild Wars 2. I had a couple of people in the comments leave a few suggestions. One was also to tilt the camera off to one side, which also I play on my normal account like that. It's just been turned off, obviously, because I'm on a different account here. So yeah, I'd quite like to do that. What I always like to do with Guild Wars 1, really, as far as the LP was concerned, was I made all of the user interface settings as minimal as I possibly could, and I just tried to make it as immersive as I possibly could, but you could never rebind toggling the UI like this, which should make things a lot easier. So yeah, hopefully we'll play like this. Let me know if it's a little bit annoying, but I mean, this seems pretty good to me. I mean, when I'm playing on my own, usually, quite often, I'll just toggle off the interface and run around, because it really does feel like a different game. It's weird, because they've done so much in combat to make you focus on the actual real world in Guild Wars 2. But outside of combat, they really haven't that much. There's so much of the game is, oh, I've got to go get this point of interest, I've got to do this, got to do this, got to do this, that you just end up focusing on the map constantly, or at least that's what it's like for me, which is a little bit of a shame. So yeah, I often kind of just play with it off or with that zoomed out. I'm trying to make it reasonably big for you guys, though, this time around, so that you can actually see what the hell's going on with my skills and stuff where need be. But yeah, so I took those little bits of advice. Also, yesterday I mentioned one of the towns, I said that we couldn't go to Dimitra. You actually can go to Dimitra, that's why it was on the tip of my tongue. You can go to Dimitra in Guild Wars 2. The place I was thinking of is actually called Loamhurst, so that's the place. It's just a small town that was out there 250 years ago that you can't go to. It's called Loamhurst, so yeah, there was that as well. Anyway, I wanted to open up this video. I'm going to try something a bit daring, a bit stupid here, maybe. We're level 3 because we leveled up in the last personal story step we did, so yay for that. We don't actually get to put points in anything just yet while in these early levels, which is fine. So we're level 3. The next quest is level 4, so we should be okay to just jump straight onto it. But also, there's a couple of other things I want to show you. I want to show you pet management, and also, this is a nice example of something you can kind of miss. You can always recap what you've done in your story, and if you just sat down playing the game, then you're just going to miss this. I mean, not even I really read it when I played through my first time, but these are pretty cool summaries of what exactly has been going on. So I'm kind of looking forward to being able to read this out to you guys at the start of each episode after we've done another personal story step, so we can always keep caught up, which should be good because it means you guys can at least maybe miss an episode here or there if you need to and still know exactly what's going on. So anyway, when we started the game, this was filled out for us. I'm Natalie Pinecove. I have an awesome name. Melandru, the goddess of nature, blessed me when I was young. Though trouble may follow me, I overcome it. So this is basically just what we read at the start before we named a character. And then we have defending Shaymore, which is what we completed before. Centaurs attacked Shaymore today. I did my best, or 2 days ago as it were now. I did my best to help defend the village, or even longer than that because we were unconscious for 3 days. I did my best to help defend the village, and I met up with Captain Thackeray at the garrison. And together, we were able to defeat the Centaurs and the summoned Earth Elemental. Actually, that's badly written, isn't it? Because we were unconscious, and I've somehow written that I was attacked at Shaymore today. Not good, not good. So in any case, we get to read that, and this will just keep updating every time we finish another step. So welcome home. This was what we did yesterday. I was injured by flying debris when the Earth Elemental exploded. I awoke in the care of a priestess of Dwayna, who kindly let me know that my friend Faren had visited me. I need to see him, but the priestess asked that I return her favour by protecting Shaymore farmers first. They needed my help. But now I'm eager to get back home to the city. Is that a character walking? I love it when you see this. I love it when you see other players that have actually bound their walk key and are actually walking around. How awesome is that? Check out this guy. It's brilliant, especially in like Wild vs. World. Hello.
Armor and weapons, cooking, and even creating magical artifacts for our people. Talk to one of our master crafters if you're interested.
Yeah, I'll probably show Craft North eventually at some point. I wonder where that guy's going. He's only level 40. That's interesting. Anyway, sorry. To continue with the story stuff. Where were we? Welcome home. I needed to see him, but the priestess asked that I return a favour by protecting the Shaymore farmers first. They needed my help, but now I'm eager to get back home to the city. I returned home to a celebration in my honour. Unfortunately, bandits crashed the party. They captured my friend Faren. I caught up and rescued Faren before they could take him out of the city. Faren said he heard the bandits talking about a hideout beneath an abandoned farm in Shaymore. So now we are chasing the culprits. Our goal is to meet Faren at the farmhouse so we can go save these other people. Or at least raid their hideout, which would be great. So yeah, that's where we're going to be going now. There's a weird thing about Guild Wars 2 in that depending on your choices in the story, you're going to miss certain areas of the world that you never really have to go to. Like for example, there is another bandit place that we're not going to be going to because we've made certain choices off here on the right hand corner near Shaymore, where like behind a graveyard, which is really cool, and it's actually my favourite one, but you don't really get to see that in this personal story step. So I don't know whether I should really go out of my way to show those things or just kind of appreciate, hey, you know, other people might, because what might be nice really is if you guys are playing alongside me to just make different choices than I do, because yeah, we won't necessarily be playing the same kind of adventure or game together, but you will at least see those other choices that you'd otherwise miss. Because that's the thing, when it's just one race, like I'm not really that convinced that I want to make 3 different humans just so I can see all of the different choices, you know. And even then, you don't get to see every single choice because the story just branches so often. Anyway, we'll go back out into Queensdale. There is still a lot more to show at Divinity's Reach. A lot of you guys said that it'd probably be a good idea, actually, if I just did a city door kind of maybe separate, so we might do that. But I'll at least explain the basics and stuff. Back out here, this is Shaymore. This is actually where we started the game. Literally, that is where we started the game, except it was raining and stuff. It almost feels different to me when I see this shot and it's not right at the start. We had the guy here that we spoke to. I helped these villagers over here, you see. Sadly, there's no real reason to do anything with these guys. Once you've actually finished the tutorial instance, there really is no reason whatsoever to come around here, which is a bit of a shame, but hey, you get used to it. Guild Wars 2 is a bit like that. It's just for your own experience of maybe hoping to catch some NPC dialogue that might be going off, but don't bet on anything. I'd say that much. Oh, also, another thing. I thought this was... Whoa, there's a spider on my microphone. Hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. Brilliant. And my microphone was very close to my mouth. That was very scary. Yeah, so yesterday I mentioned it said that this attack inflicts weakness. Yeah, it's your pet, as it says there, so that makes sense. Apparently I get a hell of a lot of conditions, because if we go into pet management, may as well do it. Now, stop talking about it and actually do it. You can see each pet has got different unique attacks depending on what type of pet they are and so forth. So this guy, I can actually, with all pets, you can activate one of their abilities for yourself. So this guy does a mighty roar, which gives me a boon called might, which basically just means I hit harder, and he gives me 5 stacks of it. So all these boons, well, many boons can stack on top of one another and they get more powerful. So this is 5 stacks, and the highest you can get to is 25. So it's pretty good, actually. So he gives me that, which I can activate, but he also uses his own abilities. He inflicts vulnerability, so I do more damage to the enemy, and then he also just bites and does damage, and he also bleeds people. So together, especially considering this ability will make him do weakness as well, we're getting tons of conditions out, which is quite cool. So Mike, you are very helpful. There are a fair few pets in the game, actually. I'll show you as well. All these different pets. I don't know which ones we'll get for the LP. I really don't, but there are an awful lot. Loads of different types of spiders, as you can notice here. This game's got so many different types of spiders. I'm not sure whether I like it or whether it terrifies me a little bit. But yeah, so there's obviously a lot of choice for you. You get 2 pets. This is kind of how it works. You get 2 pets that you can define for on land combat, and you get 2 that you can define for in water combat. Not all pets can fight in water, and not all pets can fight in land. For example, you can get a jellyfish, and the jellyfish won't flop around on the grass with you. You just won't be able to use it. And in combat, you can swap between those pets. So if Mike dies, I can swap into another pet very quickly that's on full health and try and fight with him, which I guess we can do. It's just a question of what do we want our other pet to be. And you can get pets from all around the world in all kinds of different places. It just, I guess, depends on what we fancy. I actually have no plans for what it could be whatsoever. I'm just going to let the game take me where it does. So anyway, so we'll come over here to this windmill area. Also, another thing I'm thinking of doing is when I do need to go level up and stuff so I can continue the personal story, what I think I'll do is I'll just film it all, but do like a highlights for you guys and be like, okay, this is what I did here, this is what I did here. So we're not literally watching like 2 hours of me leveling up. We just see all the best bits, which I think is a good idea. But anyway, we should be able to handle this one. Chasing the culprits. With these awesome thief-looking guys here. I remember seeing this concept art here a long time ago when the game was when they were like first releasing concept art and stuff. Oh, those were the days.
Time to make those louts pay for ruining your party. I've got my good sword, sensible shoes, and my fighting coiffure. What else do I need?
You're as ready as you'll ever be. Glad to have you with me, but do me a favor. Stay close. That way we can protect each other.
Don't worry about me. Swordmaster Bongo the One-Eyed told my parents I was the best student he'd ever seen.
And he only had one eye. Brilliant. Okay, Faren, you are quite the character. No time to chat, old friend. We've got people to rescue and bandits to defeat. I cannot stress this enough, right? Personal story. Whenever something happens, just at least go back and speak to people. You're right, less talking, more fighting. Because quite often they will have new dialogue. A lot of the time it's not amazing dialogue, but sometimes it will shed light on certain things. You can come upstairs in this building and you can have a bit of an explore around. Oh, there's even this section upstairs here too. I didn't realise about this. Ooh, with a crate? Really? Hello. This spare crate is filled with an assortment of goods likely stolen. Examine the contents. You see 3 items. An empty bottle, a board, and a bomb. I actually had no idea about any of this. What do we want? I want the bomb. Okay, so this is giving us an environmental weapon. This is look at how big it is. Oh my god. Which you can place and do whatever you want with. Maybe we'll go get another one. This sets a large bomb that explodes after 10 seconds. Should we try and kill some people with this? Maybe there's some bandits down here. So yeah, in the basement, shock horror, there's a deeper way inside. Yeah, we got some guys here.
We left a lot of wounded behind. They can talk.
They'll keep quiet. Everyone knows what we do to a snitch.
Do they? What should I do? Should I place it and then aggro them over it, or should I just place it and stand there? I'm gonna just place it and stand there. Here we go.
You're kidding, right?
Right, stand on me, stand on me. I'm gonna dodge left and right. Hopefully not draw them too far away from the bomb. Hey, there we go. It didn't do as much damage as I was hoping, but still, that's awesome. Okay, and we can use skill 2, make might howl, give me might. That takes quite a while to activate. I guess I have to go into fights and activate that early.
I'm rich, you know.
Don't worry, Faren. I'm just going to go grab one of these other weapons, see if there's anything else cool. Because we're under-leveled at the moment, and that went really easily, so I'm going to hopefully think it's the bomb. There's going to be a lot of weird changes as we go through the personal story, because this kind of stuff here... Oh, we only got to pick up 1? See, already that's weird, because 99% of the time in Guild Wars 2, you always have the choice to just pick everything, pretty much. Very rarely do they lock you into something, and I think it's got something to do with ArenaNet's philosophy of, you know, not wanting people to regret decisions and all that kind of stuff, but still. Oh, that is an awful lot of bandits. You guys are going to be okay? See, here's the other question. Do I make Mike... like use might while in the middle of a fight? I mean, he did it there, but he only gave it to himself. I was too far away because it's a shout. Hopefully we'll be alright. We've got Faren helping us at the very least, so that should be fine. So yeah, I mean, the stuff like finding hidden environmental weapons and stuff you don't really find in many places. A lot of the human stuff it's a bit like pre-searing for Guild Wars 1, which was some of the earlier stuff they developed for that game. There's a lot of weird quirks and stuff that you don't find anywhere else in the game, and you can say the exact same thing for Queensdale and stuff for Guild Wars 2. An interesting fact about Queensdale is that used to exist in Guild Wars 1. When they first kind of thought, right, we want to make a sequel to our game, we want to see how we can handle it, what they did was, and you can read all about this in like the developers, the making of Guild Wars 2 book that you get with the collector's edition. Basically what they did was they wanted to create like a slice of Guild Wars 2. They had their idea for dynamic events and stuff, but they just needed to know that it actually worked, right? So they made a slice of what they think would be the game in its fullness, but they made it in Guild Wars 1, and apparently it's still incredibly similar to this day. So like everything you see in Queensdale used to exist in the first game, and that is a really weird and cool thought, if you ask me. Okay, so here we've got a guy in a cannon. Cannon is pretty reasonable to get around. You'll see it lays a big down a big like red AoE, and that means just get the hell out of there. And you can either walk out of it or you can stand inside it and dodge. Dodge, just think of that as like invulnerability. Seriously, you just will not take any damage. You'll just evade stuff for like a second after you've dodged. So really do try and take advantage of that. The other thing to do is what Faren did actually for us, which is pretty crazy. If you run over to the cannon, the guy inside it that stood here actually stops operating it and will stop shooting at you. So there's 2 ways to do that, but you can kind of rush ahead, or you can just take your time like I did and use this charming man in his fighting coiffure to run forward and take all the brunts for you. Which is great. Also, we just got on our last skill, which is giving us Fury, Might, and Swiftness. Those are 3 different boons. They're all listed. Boons, by the way, they're just positive effects, okay? So they're like enchantments from the first game, if you played the first game, or anything similar to that you'd expect from other games. But they're very standardized. Everyone just gets like the same pool of these positive effects, really, that they can draw from. And those are boons. So Swiftness makes us run faster. Might is what our pet is giving us, if you remember, that makes us do more damage. And Fury gives us us extra critical chance, which is very nice. So as you go into the game, you can start building yourself on certain armor and specific setups and stuff that will help with all these things, which could be worth it. I don't know how like into that I'm going to get on the LP, but we'll see. So by using my skill 5 on the horn there, I've just given myself might, and I've made Mike give me might as well. So we've got 6 might here, which is reasonable because that's boosted our power from 37 to, what was that just now? Like 73, I think it was. So a lot higher, which is good. Coming up on double. Maybe is that over double? Any case, we killed the guys. And hello. Wow, you looked awesome. I'm scared. The bad people might come back. Stay close to the others. You'll be fine. Faren, do you have anything else? No time to chat? No? Okay. Hello. Yeah, I'll help you. Let's open up your cages. Yeah. No problem. Do you all have dialogue for me? Gods, my heart's just beating out of my chest. We need to get out of here. Calm down. I promise I'll get you out. There are so many bandits here. Actually, they look like they're all dead to me. This place is cool, by the way. You can come here in the overworld, and you used to be able to get a skill book here that would give you like a skill challenge and stuff, but I don't think that's here anymore. I think it's just a vista. Anyway, another cage to open, and we trigger a cutscene.
Thank you so much, both of you. I'll never forget this.
You're still in danger. Gather the others and head down that tunnel. You can escape through the abandoned farmhouse.
And if you know any fair maidens, be sure to tell them who rescued you.
Fucking hell.
The dashing Lord Faren. And his friend.
Just get yourself and the others to a safe place. That's all the thanks we need.
Speak for yourself, old chum.
Before I go, take these documents. I lifted them from the bandits when they were manhandling me. They mentioned some kind of leader in Divinity's Reach. Is that helpful?
It is indeed. Thank you. Now, please, go. We'll make sure you get out of here safely.
Okay, maybe I told a little lie. Maybe you're not going to warm to Faren. He's definitely a love-hate kind of character. I love him though. I think he's cool. He's not a totally bland personality. It's good. I actually think it's good if you really detest a character a lot of the time in games and stuff, because at least it means that they're something that's not entirely generic and normal and boring. Oh my god, these guys really don't like me. Go away! You're a level higher than me. It's not fair. Lots more loot. I guess our inventory's getting reasonably full. Oh, I got some unidentified dye. When did that happen? Maybe just now?
Can I help you?
So, the dye, I mentioned a little bit when we started playing. You can double-click unidentified dye, and then double-click whatever comes out to unlock it. By looking at your hero panel here, you can click this dye mode, and you can use any dyes on the left to dye all different parts of your armor, which maybe I'll show you later. Maybe I'll like start the next episode and I'll have a different dye setup or something. That'll be kind of cool. Every episode have a totally different dye setup. Too much effort though, so don't expect that. Oh my god, these guys hurt. If you're wondering, what happens if you die in a personal story mission? It's not like Guild Wars 1, you don't fail, and in some ways I kind of don't like that. I think it would have been better if these were a little bit more clutch or a little bit more tense. Maybe. I don't know, some people get frustrated very easily. So I can see why they didn't do that. But if you do die, you're just told, do you want to restart completely, or do you want to go to a little checkpoint that they would have set for you? And the checkpoints usually it's just like waypointing. You just go to a different location, but everything in the instance is still progressed. It actually means that there's a lot of personal story quests where, like, say you have to defend, right, for a certain amount of time, and they actually get incredibly easy because you fight for a certain period of time, you die, and then you just go to this so-called checkpoint, but all the same enemies are dead anyway, and it's like impossible to fail. Really, all of these are impossible to fail. It just depends how long you want to grind against it if you're out of your level depth, which is an interesting way of doing things. I'll give them that. But I don't know. I think I miss the Guild Wars 1 style of thing where it's a little bit more tense and you know that you can mess up and you might have to do it again. Especially considering with this game they made all the personal story steps like much shorter, so it is a lot more forgiving if they do make it like a fail state for dying. They should have like a hardcore mode or something and do that. Anyway, who was that I spied? Was that Logan Thackeray?
Captain Thackeray, we've had the most marvelous adventure. My friend and I defeated these delinquents with panache and aplomb. You're just in time to celebrate our victory.
I'm amazed. And again, I should have known the hero of Shaymore wouldn't let your kidnapping go unanswered.
No one hurts my friends without answering to me. And look, we found this letter in the bandit cave. Someone in Divinity's Reach is pulling their strings.
No common thug would use such expensive parchment. There's a paper maker at the trading post named Sinfurserai. Terribly prickly man, but I bet he could identify the design.
Captain Thackeray, Let me talk to the papermaker. I'll get the information you need without anyone realizing the Seraph are aware of the traitor in the city.
A solid plan. I'm grateful for the help, but be careful. Whoever's behind this plot is playing rough. I'll be waiting in the city to hear what you find. I'll try to keep Faren out of trouble between here and Divinity's Reach. No promises, though.
Yeah, he gets into a lot of trouble, but he was just useful there. Let's not let that go over our heads. He was just useful. So this time we get a choice of what kind of harvesting equipment we've got. I've not shown this off yet, but you can gather stuff in this game, and we also leveled up from that, which is quite nice. It's really weird to see like half my level go up from completing one story step. That dies away pretty quick. But yeah, you get these 3 slots here of your equipment. You get foraging, logging, and mining. Different types of equipment to do different things. And we've got a pick here that I chose because I feel like I get a lot more ore than anything else, which we can use to mine copper ore, which might not be too useful to us. It depends what kind of crafting disciplines we choose to go into and stuff. Yeah, because everyone's called a profession in this game, like the combat professions, when professions usually crafting. They've called the crafting stuff disciplines, which is irritatingly complicated, I can imagine, if you're coming from another MMO, but that's the way they've done it. So yeah, that's the next personal story step. We found some paper, still a little bit loose, we don't know what's going on, but apparently some bandit leader is in Divinity's Reach, which can't be good. So still very humble beginnings here, guys. Oh my god, did that guy just die? Hey, alright, come on up you get. You'll be alright. So he's downed. Have I been downed yet in the LP? I don't think I have. Ooh, I'm quite excited about that. I wonder how long till I die. When I first started playing the game, I got to level 24, I think it was, 24, or maybe just a little bit lower than that, without dying on my Mesmer. And then when I did die, I kind of started my Elementalist pretty quick. So it'll be weird to see how long I can last on this character before I have to show you like the down state and stuff. If you played Borderlands, though, it's very similar to that. Just a heads up. That's pretty much what the system's like. Anyway, there you go, guys. That was Let's Play Guild Wars 2 for today. I've got a video coming out. I don't know whether it will be today or probably be tomorrow because I want to put a little bit of effort in it about all my thoughts on like expansions and stuff that can come out with this game going forward with expansions. But man, I've just rambled and rambled and rambled. I think I'm only about halfway through the video. Like I could have done a whole series about this, to tell you the truth, but I didn't want to pick up another series, and you know, especially when I haven't brought back daily just yet, which will be coming, don't worry, stuff like that. So I'm doing like one video, but it could be well over an hour long, and I kind of want to put some effort in. But it's just everything I think that they're hinting at about expansions in the game, and excuse me. And also, I'm just dying here. And also, all the other stuff I think that basically could be coming up. So we'll have a look at that. That should be coming up today or tomorrow. But I'll see you tomorrow anyway for more personal story stuff. I think I'm gonna end the video here in this windmill. This windmill, by the way, do you remember the other day I was talking about going and like falling asleep in just a place and waiting for someone to find me? This place is probably my favourite place that I kind of want to do that, because this windmill, right, there's no reason to ever come in here. I don't think there's any personal story steps or anything in here. There's no vendors, there's nothing unique that's for sale or anything, but look at how much detail is in this windmill, and this is used a couple of other times in the game, but it's crazy. There's so much stuff here. There's moments like this that make the game just feel slightly hollow. Look at it, it's crazy. And if you come all the way upstairs, this guy carrying a barrel, no one has any unique dialogue before you ask. You can keep coming up, and I don't think it's up this way. Oh yeah, it could be up this way. Or I think I've just made a wrong turn in. I have just made a wrong turn in. Yeah, so it's like this huge room, but even over here, look, there's a little bedroom up here. There are people here! Oh my god, amazing. Hello. Oh wow. This is where I would love to come sleep. This is brilliant. Look, there's a little cat up there. I've actually met someone up here. That's awesome. Anyway, I will see you guys next episode. I'm going to probably hang out here for a bit. And I'll see you later. See you next time, everyone.
Is it just me, or...
And I just completed an event somehow. Prevent the bandits from blowing up the water pipes. Sure, why not? I'll take